super awesome, and I love that we can just share ideas and share tips and tricks. But I think if we're gonna make a bow to accent the bag. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brittany, the maker behind Ginger Patch Designs. I'm a mom that runs my business out of my home, all while juggling mommy and wifey things. This is part 2 of the DIY sewing pattern tote bag that went live last week. This week we are going to be sewing all of the fun and pretty accessories that go with the bag. So today is actually Sunday, and I don't usually work on Sundays ever. It's family day, but we are going to be having some family time later this week, and so I'm trying to work around the other activities that we're going to be doing. And it's just really rainy and yucky outside, and my husband and daughter are just playing video games today anyway, so I'm getting some work done. I've cut out several of the pieces that are going to go with the tech bag that I'm going to make to go with the tote bag. So I'm calling it a tech bag, but it could really honestly be literally anything. A makeup pouch, a cross-stitch pouch, project bag, and anything pouch. I'm using it for a tech bag to put all my cords, my mouse, my camera accessories, pens, all the stuff that I use when I'm working elsewhere, not at home. But first, I need to pack a few orders that have come in over this weekend, and I just want to say thank you so much. If you have been ordering from me here on YouTube, I see you and I appreciate you so much. Speaking of which, if you saw my vintage tote bag video, do I need to do a vintage tote bag drop? Because they are gorgeous, and I have so much more fabric that I need to show you. And so let me know down in the comments if I need to do a tote bag drop. First up, we have another crafty babe named Brittany, and she got several things. So first she got a Chubby Loaf cat, and then she got a few magnetic bookmarks. She got I Do What I Want. I think this is so funny. And then Meowdy Pana. And then she got some stickers. She got Crochet Is My Jam. Hello, I'm probably just hungry. And then I made this as a funny, and it just kind of stuck, and now it's one of my best sellers at markets. And it's going in a box, so I'm gonna put it in a plastic bag. And I was hoping it would fit in this box. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. Rachel from Etsy got a Brittany Spaniel. There are so many different kinds of spaniels out there. Okay, Rachel. And I printed some more freebie stickers. I've got The Book Was Better. Deal. So this reminded me when I put my wolf mail sticker on here that I ordered some different stickers so I wouldn't have to put this through my Cricut. And I made some new spring, summer shipping stickers, and they are so stinking cute. I'm so proud of these. So I found this artist on Etsy who does PNG files, right? And I bought a few of her files. The first one is Small Steps Are Okay Too. I just think this is so pretty and kind of vintagey looking. It's me. I love it. And then this one says Good Things Are Coming Your Way. I just think they're so pretty. So I'm saying that because she had this bundle that was just book stacks, cups of tea, flowers. It was perfect. I was like, girl, take my money. So here's the first one. So it says Happy Mail, and let me hold it really still so you can see it. There's a thing of thread, there's a book, there's one of those old school locket thingies, a thing of jam, and a book with flowers coming out of it. And the next one I did Cozy Mail, and you can see there's a tray of cookies, a book stack, a cup of tea. There's a little sofa. It's just so cute. Okay, and this one's my favorite. It says pretty things inside, and it has like a birdhouse. This is more of like a garden type vibe. All right, back to orders. Next, Abby got, so I thought this was a Bernese Mountain Dog. Apparently what I had as a Bernese Mountain Dog on my website and my Etsy shop was actually a Swiss Mountain Dog. I'm so glad she told me there was a difference because I had no idea. So I made her a true Bernese Mountain Dog, and I need to change that on my website. If you ever have a question about the dog bookmarks, like I don't know unless, like I wouldn't have known this unless she had told me. So I'm really glad that she did. The next one is from the website. Diane got the, I'm calling this like a white wildflower, like boho wildflower. She got the pouch without the bow. And I'm going to give her, it's not a bookish order, so I'm going to give her Bad Days Are Not a Bad Life. This one is for Jessica. This is the face of a black lab, and this is Jessica's second order. So Jessica, if you're watching, thank you so much for coming back. I don't think I'm going to give Jessica a The Book Was Better because I know she didn't get this sticker last time since I just made them. The last order for today is Angela, and Angela, thank you so much if you're watching because this is her third order, and I honestly posted these like decor daisy flowers a week or two ago just like to get rid of them, and then they started selling, which is how it goes, isn't it? But the thing is, not only did I not have this pattern because she wanted custom colors, I couldn't find it anywhere. There's a bajillion crochet flower patterns out there, but in particular the number of petals and the way the petals you know, kind of bunched over. And so I was literally like counting the stitches and seeing which double crochet, half double crochet was being used and how many. And so I'm appreciative though, because doing that process, making the custom colors that she wanted, I got an idea, one that I'm not going to share yet in case I don't have time for it for, you know, 3 months. But the other funny thing about Angela's last order is my daughter is obsessed with these shipping stickers that I make, like the Woof Mail and then the Meow Mail. But the thing about the Meow Mail is like I hardly ever get orders where people are buying like the cat magnetic bookmarks or anything kitty related, like the Loaf Kitties plushies. And so she wanted to put a sticker on a package, and I didn't film this on here. I filmed it as a short on my phone really quick, but Reagan just really wanted to put a Meow Mail sticker on a package. So Angela got a Meow Mail sticker, but she did not order anything kitty, and so she probably got that and was like, okay. And then Reagan put more stickers on it, and I was like, okay, that's enough. So just know, if you get random stickers that don't seem to match your order, it's because my daughter put them on there. She's very much in that season of like wanting to help and what can I do? And I'm like trying to capitalize on that, but there's so much in here that she just can't do. There's like sharp objects, there's machinery, everything needs to be like precise, you know? And so if she wants to put some extra stickers on a package, that's absolutely fine. Good morning, friends. We are ready to make our ruffle tech bag today, but at the last minute, I changed the design of how I'm going to make it, and if it turns out, it is going to be, I've not seen anything like this online. I've seen bits and pieces of it on completely different products, but this could be something really, really special, and I'm super excited to show you. I've got my cup of coffee in my vintage coffee mug that my grandma gave me, my grandma that helped teach me how to sew when I was younger. Before we get started with all the pieces that I've prepped and I'm going to show you what I'm doing, I wanted to give you an update on the tote bag that I made in part 1. So I've been using this bag, and one of the, not concerns, but I was like, it's so big, it's going to be really, really floppy. It's not. Like once I put my laptop in it and it had like weight in it, even just a little bit, It was not floppy at all. The height of the straps was perfect, and something I really, really liked that I didn't anticipate. So when I'm out in public, I do not put my purse or my bag on the ground. Ew. So I always like to hang my So I like to hang my bag or my backpack or whatever on the side of a chair, either the one next to me, the one I'm sitting in, whatever. And it really bothers me if I'm using a bag that like the straps will not hang on the back of a chair. And so this one hung very nicely, very easily, did not slide off at all. It did not hang on the ground. It was perfect. But as expected, I do in fact need a tech bag because I had my mouse, my charger cord, the little adapter thingy that I put my my memory card from my camera in when I'm editing. I just had a lot of very small things that were just floating around in the bottom of the bag, and I don't want that, and so I definitely do need a tech bag. Oh, and one more thing, the fact that it doesn't have any type of closure on the top, it's so deep that it does not matter at all. And so my daughter is at this like summer camp day thingy for a few hours, so let's not waste any more time and let's get sewing. So here's what we're working with so far. We've got this long strip. This is going to be our ruffle on the bottom of the bag. If it looks really long, I went ahead and did it long on purpose just because I never made a ruffle, and so I don't know if it's going to be long enough or not. I can always cut some off. Our zipper tabs, our matching zipper. I'm trying to incorporate all of the fabrics that I used in the large tote bag. And then this is the main piece. This is the primary fabric. And let me tell you how I got this shape. So this is a piece of cardstock. It's nearly a full-size sheet of paper. And in order to get the perfect curve, now I'm no artist. Some people could probably just like draw a curve or the shape that they want. I am not. So I used Canva. I just went to Canva and got a shape and manipulated it to roughly what I'm going for. I wanted a rounded bottom, especially so that the ruffle would look really nice along the bottom, but I didn't want like almost an oval shape, like an egg, because I wanted there to be enough depth to the bag because it's a tech bag. I need to put stuff in here. So that's how I made that. And the star of the show is going to be these babies right here. So what I envisioned was I'm going to quilt these pieces. Like, so we have the quilted texture, right? So these are going to be quilted pieces. And then I'm going to carefully peel these off. I haven't actually done this yet. It's got interfacing on the back, and I don't want that interfacing to come off. So what I envisioned, this is going to be quilted, and then this dog is going to be appliqued over the top on both panels. So I did not see what this was actually going to look like on the panel like this until just now when I put it on there with you guys. And if this works, this is going to be so gorgeous. So I chose a dog because if you're not new here, you know that I lost my Bane, my doggy soulmate, back in December, very unexpectedly. It was a very, very upsetting time for our family. And I'm not going to start crying, but I miss him all the time. He used to be in my shop with me all the time. And so I just kind of want to honor him. And I have pictures of him like all over my room. And so this is supposed to be a lab dog. I thought about doing like a neck up, head, like side profile, but it was just kind of lumpy. I don't know how to describe it, like just the profile. I was afraid with the applique on there, you wouldn't really be able to completely tell what it was, like very, very clearly, like you could a full body. And so I feel like I do need to play around with the stitch length on just a scrap piece of fabric to make sure it's the right size so that I can get in between like the tail and the butt right here and like in between the legs. Speaking of my dog Bane, a friend of mine a few weeks ago sent me the most thoughtful, gorgeous gift I can even put into words. So this is my dog Bane, and my friend Becky is an artist, and she painted bane for me. He's up here on the wall because I need to get a frame for him and I don't want it to get messed up. But look how gorgeous she did. It's like a watercolor style, I think. I'm not an artist. I'm so sorry, Becky, if that's wrong, but he is gonna go on my wall as soon as I get a frame. So I am going to try to troubleshoot this. It's not an issue, but it's just I don't have this material. So when you are doing true applique, and if you sew, you probably already know this, there is this, it's some kind of fusible webbing. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's a type of double-sided interfacing. And so you adhere the fabric to one side and then the back side peels off, and you can adhere it to wherever you want to applique, and it helps keep it in place while you are, you know, doing your stitching. I don't have that, and the store closest to me didn't have it. So I am going to try to just use my handy dandy basting spray. So I'm going to spray this like a muffin tin pan and then try to put it where I need it to go. I'm going to use some pins. I hate using pins, but I'm going to pin and hopefully it stays. So what I'm most concerned about, this is not what you would normally do with an applique situation. Like I said, I'm trying to make do with what I have. I'm most concerned about the smaller skinny pieces like the tail and the legs. So let me back up. I will be sewing along this side first. And so I pinned like on the left side a little bit. So hopefully when I stabilize this side, the other side will be okay when I take that pin out, and I will just go extremely slow. For someone who has not appliqued in like 7 years, 6 or 7 years, I think I did pretty good. So I did go with a smaller zigzag stitch and it turned out really well. The only place that I really messed up, I kind of didn't catch the foot like right here, but you can definitely tell this is a dog, right? I was originally gonna go with just like a patchwork style to match the bigger tote bag with the ruffle on the bottom, but I'm so glad I went with this. I'm just gonna smile like every time I use this bag because it's gonna remind me of Bane. So the ruffle life might not be for me. This was a huge pain in the rear end. The width of the ruffles might be much narrower. This might be like a mini ruffle because I had to go back over the whole exterior because I kept missing layers, and I was also trying to like line it up properly. I'm going to double check before I completely turn this right side out, and so the lining, I'm gonna make sure that I caught all of those stitches. So honestly, if I hadn't told you that I messed up with the ruffle a little bit and had to sew around it again, I don't think you would be able to tell, because here is the final product. It looks so, so good. Mr. GPD said it looked like a bib. Anywho, it kind of does look like a bib though. He asked if, he's like, is that supposed to go on a shirt? And I was like, no. It's a bag. But I love the shape of it. I love how it turned out. I was a little concerned when I did the little template. Like, this wasn't exactly quite the angle that I wanted, but once the bag was actually finished, you can't tell. I actually really like the gentle curve of it so that I could actually fit quite a bit of stuff in here. And the ruffles are a little uneven. That's not very ruffly. Honestly, I was just winging it because I've never done ruffles before, but the dog is just, it's my favorite part. I absolutely love it. I did a matching purple zipper, and then just like on the tote bag, I did a solid purple interior. And I just realized once again, I forgot to put my fabric label logo on the inside, but it's just for me. So now that we have finished the tech pouch, my doggy pet bag, we are going to make the next accessory for my tote bag, which is a fabric bow. Now, this is not the same fabric bow that I have on the zipper pulls on like my pouches and my boxy bags and stuff. This is a like actual full big, well, not too big because I don't want it too big, bow. I want to preface this by saying, like, there are some trends that I really like and they're cute, but they're just not for me. The ruffles being one of them, sort of. Like, I'm not a ruffly kind of girl. I wanted to try it, like, just to kind of challenge myself and do something different so I could have some kind of border around the curved bag. Probably not gonna do ruffles in the future on products, if I'm being honest, unless people like just really want me to. I did not enjoy the ruffles. Bows are another thing that I like, and they are extremely trendy right now. Like, the most trendy thing, I would say, on probably like fabric, Pinterest, Crafty, all that good stuff. But I don't like it overdone. I like simple. I don't like stuff that's too busy or just too much bows on bows on bows. And so I'm going to make a fabric bow for the tote bag, but it's going to be small and it's going to be patchwork to match. And we're going to have a little sew and chat sesh while I'm prepping the pieces for the patchwork bow. So I have all of these scraps left from the tote bag that I made. Like, here's the rectangles, the squares, and then the big squares that I cut from. So I'm just gonna kind of be cutting here. I also wanted to take this opportunity to genuinely thank everyone, not just for watching my videos, obviously, like that's super helpful and in a small way helps me support my family through my business, right? But just being comfortable, like commenting on the videos, what you like, what you don't like, in a very nice way. Like, for the most part, I've had a really great experience here on YouTube. Everyone's been like super great, super awesome. And I love that we can just share ideas and share tips and tricks, like, cause I'm not afraid to say if I don't know what something is, or, you know, I don't know how to do something, or I'm just winging it. Sometimes you can wing it and sometimes that's not a good idea. But anywho, I just really appreciate everyone that comments on the videos, like giving advice and tips and stuff, especially with the vintage tote bag video. I had so many tips on trying to identify the mystery fabric, and I do think it was someone mentioned gabardine. I'm probably not saying that right. Gabardine. I think that's what that fabric was. If you haven't watched that video, you have no idea what I'm talking about, and I'm sorry. You know, even though I've been sewing since I was a kid, when you sew and you craft, like you never know it all. There's always new things to learn and new ways of doing the same things that you've been doing for a while. And so that's kind of what I've really been enjoying about my sewing vlogs, is everyone's comments of like, well, maybe you could try this, or you know, well, have you tried this? For example, the French seams. I've never heard of French seams. I looked up what it was after someone mentioned it on the last video, but there were several videos back. Another gal mentioned it. Thank you so much if you're watching. How have I never heard of this? I've been making bags for years and I've never... that is a fantastic way to finish the inside of a bag. I am definitely going to be checking that out. Thank you so much, girl, if you're watching. Speaking of sewing for years, we're going to take a trip down memory lane and I'm going to show you like the first sewing projects I made when I was a kid. I still have them. This is an apron that I made with my grandma. I think this fabric is so, so cute. But she let me do the stitching along the sash, and you can tell that it was definitely done by a child. It's very uneven, but I think I was probably like 8 or 9 when we made this apron together, and I used to like hike it up my waist like she did, and she had a canning kitchen in her basement, and I would always go run and put my apron on when we would can in her canning kitchen. And then the other project I helped my mom make. We lived in a literal cabin in the woods in North Carolina on the side of a mountain, literally. And she made this bunny. This is like an old school plushy bunny, but she sewed it and she sewed her little dress. Currently, her little arm is hanging on by 1 or 2 threads, and I need to fix her. But she's, can you guess who put that there? That would be my daughter. I guess she's, my daughter is in her bow era, and I guess she thought that Bunny needed some bows. Anywho, let's get to working on the pieces for the patchwork. Speaking of the word anywho, today is Tuesday, so the actual tote bag video like went live today, and I was just glancing at the comments while I was eating my lunch, and someone said anywho is not a word, it's anyway, and honey, I know. I'm from the South, and we say words a lot of time that are not real words. I didn't even realize I said it, but anyways, let's get back to sewing. So I originally wanted to make an actual like patchwork bow just like this to match, but I think in retrospect, someone made a comment about she would have added like a solid to the patchwork palette. And that's a really good point that I thought about, but I just didn't want to. But I think if we're gonna make a bow to like accent the bag, the bow is going to tie around one of the straps, just very lightly. It's a non-essential accessory. It's just a pretty thing. But I think for it to accent properly, I don't need to use all of the fabric patterns that I have. So I was either going to do the solid purple and the checkered purple, like they're two-toned purple, or the strawberry one, and I can't decide. Fabric bow was literally the easiest, fastest thing I think I've ever made. It'd be a great scrap buster. I mean, I just did giant strips here, and then I fibbed. I changed my plans again. I ended up doing a slight patchwork on this one. So I did 2 because I couldn't decide. I'm gonna let you help me decide. You literally just sew the 2 strips together, you cut an edge at the bottom, turn it right side out, and stitch the hole shut. I tried to get the hole as close to the center as possible so that you can't see the stitching when I'm finished. So this was the final product. This was a slightly longer one with the single pattern on one side and solid on the back. And then this was the patchwork one that was just a little bit smaller. I think I'm leaning towards this one. Maybe if I had made this one a little bit longer, but let me know in the comments what you think. So friends, my patchwork tote is complete with my tech bag. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. If you would just give my channel a like and subscribe, it helps other crafty babes like you find my channel. And let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Bye friends.